page 363. Envy itself arises when the happiness and love, as well as the possessions, goods, and riches of people of your kind or fellow human beings, is begrudged them. And truly, not only resentment springs forth from envy, but also lovelessness, jealousy, and hatred. As, however, also revilement, slander or calumny, strife, unfairness, rightlessness, and prattle, or gossip-mongering, and other terrible things. And envy can only be overcome through true love, generosity, benevolence, and fairness. Truly, envy also includes the mocking malice, or schadenfreude, through which joy in the unfortune or mischance of others is expressed, because of begrudging others their happiness, joy, love, and the happy fate, or foreordination. The mocking malice, or schadenfreude, also carries defamation, slander or calumny, hatred and enmity in itself, as well as evil, and the mocking malice, or schadenfreude, can only be overcome by bringing true love to bear, and granting fruitfulness or sufficiency to benevolence or humanity, as well as feeling for others, and also casting off immoderacy or immodesty. Immoderacy or immodesty is expressed in various scopes or areas of the life. Therefore, within your own scope or personal area, as false satisfaction or egotistical satisfaction and unsatisfaction or immoderateness, as well as externally towards people of your kind or human beings, as well as in your thoughts, feelings, actions, and deeds. Immoderacy or immodesty urgently requires constant composure or control/contentment, whether with regard to eating and drinking, in the bearing or behavior/conduct towards people of your kind or fellow human beings, or in your actions and activities. Immoderacy is the source of pathological craving in the eating or gluttony, pathological craving in the drinking or alcoholism, and pathological craving in the drive, or pathological craving for sex. However, also a pathological craving of any kind which is detrimental to well-being or health and instability, infamous actions or crimes, and licentiousness of any stripe or kind/form. And truly, immoderacy or immodesty/uncontentment can only be overcome through a useful regulation in the thoughts and feelings, and through truthfully moderation or modesty/contentment, as well as through one's own composure or restraint, and a directed or controlled regulation of the leading of the life or life conduct. And rage originates in people of your kind or human beings, when you are unable to observe and consider or control your agitation in composure or restraint, and you allow yourselves to be carried away into indignation, as well as passionateness and unbridledness, jealousy, resentment, and wildness. Truly, rage gives rise to embitterment, enmity, hatred, strife, as well as pathological craving for revenge and urge for retaliation, and also to wounding or injury of the body, inner world or consciousness, and psyche of people of your kind or next ones/fellow human beings. Rage also leads to bloody deeds or killing, to battles or wars, and to infamous actions or crimes of all stripes or kinds/forms. Therefore, also to coarseness and blindness towards other people of your kind or human beings, with your own parents, children, brothers and sisters, kith and kin or relatives, and even husband and wife not being excluded. However, rage can only be overcome through peaceableness, equanimity or composure, patience, and mildness. Truly, however, there is also a venerable rage which moves in fairness and in composure or restraint, and serves to fight or strive against unfairness or irresponsibility, and unrighteousness or consciencelessness, through gewaltsame Gewaltlosigkeit, or actions in logic and rationality, and to put a stop to them, so that fairness or responsibility and righteousness or conscientiousness may come forth or come about, or equals gewaltsame Gewaltlosigkeit is the way of passive, logical Gewalt, because gewaltsame Gewaltlosigkeit means, in other words, active Gewaltlosigkeit, in which Gewaltlosigkeit is practiced and implemented with Gewalt, i.e., actively. In gewaltsame Gewaltlosigkeit as active Gewaltlosigkeit, Gewaltlosigkeit is practiced and implemented with Gewalt, i.e., actively. However, gewaltsame Gewaltlosigkeit also means passive resistance, where passiveness, in this sense, means a power, i.e., a might, or simply passive Gewalt, because power, might, and Gewalt, also in Gewaltless, passive form, as resistance, represent a form of Gewalt, which is, however, carried out in gewaltsame Gewaltlosigkeit. At the same time, however, this Gewaltless, i.e., passive Gewalt, must not be understood in the sense of the usual understanding that human beings of Earth have of negative Gewalt, but rather only in the sense of a positive, peace-bringing, harmonizing, balancing, buoyant, and regulation-establishing effort in the form of a power, might, and influence, etc., offering passive resistance in a logical wise. Indolence is a part of everyone amongst the people of your kind, or human beings, who eschew and neglect work and effort and the tasks or duties of the life, of the leading of the life or life conduct, and for people of your kind, or human beings, as well as for the appearance or nature and all kinds of life or life forms, just as much as the tasks or duties towards the laws and recommendations of the primal power of the life or creation. And indolence brings forth recklessness or carelessness, negligence of tasks or neglect of duty, poorness through one's own blame, debauchery or slovenliness/sloppiness, idleness or laziness, and couragelessness. And indolence is only overcome through activity or diligence, through courageous strength, through binding to the task or fulfillment of duty, taking joy in work and effort, as well as in assiduousness or activity, watchfulness, prudence, and diligence or activity/assiduousness. And as you rid yourselves of indolence, liberate yourselves also of many other terrible things through which you are hindered in your unfolding or evolution of the inner world or consciousness, and in your progression or progress in all things of your existence or life, such as in the consonance or harmony of your psyche, in the achievement of true love, peace, and freedom in yourselves and outside yourselves, amongst all people of your kind, or humankind. Blatant badnesses and disgracefulnesses, or ignominy, is the name given to those Ausartungen which you commit in malice and in response to which people of your kind, or fellow human beings, cry for revenge and retaliation, such as slander or calumny, oppression of the poor, of orphans, and of the maimed or disabled, and also withholding the fair reward, and lying and false oath or perjury against the truth, as well as defilement or sexual misuse of man, woman, and child, thieving or theft, deception, and robbery, and other things. Blatant badnesses and disgracefulnesses, or ignominy, are based in malicious resistance against the truth of the laws and recommendations of the primal power of the life or creation, as well as against righteousness or conscientiousness, fairness, and against being fair or being responsible. For as long as people of your kind or human beings maliciously or overbearingly or presumptuously/arrogantly resist against the truth of the laws and recommendations of the primal power or creation and their guidelines or rules of regulation and violate them, then you cannot find the way of the truthly truth. Therefore you cannot motivate or achieve any improvement in yourselves and cannot forgive yourselves. And as you are not connected to the truth of the laws and recommendations of the primal power or creation, you live in presumptuousness against the truth, and heap errors and blame upon yourselves, through which so many people of your kind or human beings fall prey to despair. You do not recognize the truth, rather you strive against it, which is why you also envy those who are righteous or conscientious and fair or responsible, as well as connected to fairness. Truly, there are many amongst you who are hard of hearing, or obdurate/obstinate, and do not listen to the admonishing words of the proclaimer or prophet, so that you continuously run towards your hardship or misfortune, and do not look for reconciliation or making good. Rather, you persist in remorselessness. And there are also externally bound errors and blame which arise when you make yourselves complicit in the errors and blame of others. If you advise others to commit errors, which they then carry out, as well as if you command them or advise them to do evil, which they then do. Truly, as the currents flow in the seas, so all of existence or life flows into the laws and recommendations of the primal power of the life or creation. And as everything of existence or life flows into the laws and recommendations of the primal power or creation, so all virtues and the main virtue also flow in, which stands out as love amongst all. Love, as the main virtue, also proceeds from the laws and recommendations of the primal power or creation, from which you, as people of your kind or human beings, shall also bring about or create true love in yourselves with all of your activity or energy and your powers, so that you may love people of your kind or next ones/fellow human beings as yourselves. Love is the main virtue and the main recommendation of the primal power or creation, and therefore love for your others or love for the next one and for people of your kind or fellow human beings is the second important virtue and the second important recommendation of the primal power or creation. These two virtues and recommendations are included in all other virtues and recommendations of the primal power or creation. And truly, in the creational recommendations of the love are also included all other recommendations of the primal power of the life or creation, because love flows through all of them, and all are led or guided by love, just as it is given in the laws of the primal power or creation, whose activity or energy and its powers is given solely in the love of the primal power of the life or creation. The main recommendation is love, and included in this is the love for the truth of the primal power of the life or creation. Love for the laws and recommendations of the primal power or creation, as well as love for your others, or love for the next ones. Love for all kinds of life or life forms. Love for the appearance or nature. Love for the real truth, and love for the life. And only those who are connected in true love to all these and to all other associated high values can also love themselves in dignity, moderation or modesty, as well as in righteousness or conscientiousness and uprightness or honesty. And truly, whoever loves the truthly love also loves themselves and all others in the right wise. You shall love the true love with all your powers, because it is endlessly given in all existence or life, and everything that is good proceeds from it alone, and in it alone can complete happiness be found, as well as true peace, true freedom, and consonance or harmony.